Sorry, my beans are going crazy. They're just finishing up, and then they should be quiet. I thought that was normal. It made delicious French fries. Worst case, I'm just a little bit late and I smell like fried chicken. Hey everyone, welcome back to another week of dinners. I have 3 good meals planned this week. We will see what we get to. We have a crazy week also. So tonight I am making, it's inspired by a blackened mahi, but I don't have mahi. I have a rockfish that we bought from Azure Standard, and I just treat it the same way. So I am going to put a blackening season on it, cook it in some butter and oil, and then I'm going to serve it over a bed of quinoa, and we're going to have a salad on the side that's got a sweet Italian vinaigrette on it with some other little goodies and some fresh grown sprouts. So let's get to work. I'm down here in my bulk storage. My kids are watching TV, so I couldn't say hello to you up there, and I need to come grab some quinoa. We don't cook with quinoa all that regularly, but we do stock it, and I just keep it down here because it's not worth taking up pantry space upstairs. So I'm going to get some of that, and we're going to go back up, and we're going to cook. I've got my quinoa. If our bulk storage looks a little different to you than last time, we just posted a video. We just did our annual restock, and I'll link that here if that interests you at all. This is, of course, just a portion of what we store, but this is what was impacted the most. So, all right, got our quinoa. We're going to go upstairs, and we're going to cook.
The first step is just getting all of your spice mixture put together, and I really like this recipe because this is the kind of thing that you can do earlier in the day when you have time, and then when dinner is just chaos, this part is already done and it's a really quick meal. Okay, and then we're going to put together my favorite salad dressing. This started as an Italian dressing that I found online, but I felt like it was too spicy. It had too much garlic and it did not have near enough sweetener. So we upped the maple syrup a lot. And so I'll put the recipe down in the description box. And this is one that my whole family likes. And it keeps in the fridge for about a week, and we just use it throughout the week. One of my goals this year was to be better at making creative salads and also just keeping that stuff in stock. So we have a lot more salad toppings that we just stock generally now. We always have a hard cheese we can put in there. We buy these cranberries from Azure, and then I always put fruit like raspberries or apples. And the next, I'm just going to start my quinoa. I just did salt, broth, and cooked it down. And then this cooks in butter and oil, and it's so good. Don't skimp on the fats because it keeps your fish from drying out. But yeah, you just rub the rub on there and cook them in the pan until they're at 145, and they were so good. These are the kids' plates right here, and then the adults got them like this. Night 2, we did a chicken stir fry, and I will link the cookbook below. So I've got everything out and chopped up. It was basically a soy sauce, ginger, sesame oil marinade, and it came out really tasty. However, next time I make this, I would definitely cut the chicken up smaller. We had pieces that were way overcooked and then pieces that were undercooked, so then we had to like overcook everything, and it was very tasty, but the texture was off. So next time I would cut these up way smaller, and I think we would make it again as long as we did that. It definitely gets points for being a one-pan meal, and in the end, it was a really pretty meal. So we split it up, and here is the adult bowl and the kids' plates, and we really enjoyed this.
Hey y'all, I'm coming to you from a pretty busy kitchen. I've got my yogurt behind me, and I've got some beans in the pressure canner. I've got my baby here eating lunch, a lot going on. It's about 1 o'clock, and I need to start dinner early because dinner is a little complicated tonight because I want to make chicken sandwiches, which I did once, but last time I did them, I grilled them, and this time I really want them to be fried. I just want to see what we like better. I'm sort of recipe testing. But I kind of forgot that I have to take the baby to a doctor's appointment at 3:30, and then after dinner at 6 o'clock, I'm supposed to be at this girls' night, game night thing for this thing I'm part of. So I don't know what I'm going to cook dinner. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get dinner as close to ready as possible. So I'm going to do the spice mixture. I'm gonna get the dredge for the chicken ready. I'm going to try to cut up my chicken so it's already pounded and all of that. When I get home, all I should have to do is dredge it and fry it. And then I'm not gonna be too fussy with the sides tonight. The buns are already made, they're in the freezer. I just have to pull those out. And we're just gonna serve the buns and the chicken, and then if everybody's still hungry, we can just do, you know, fruit or whatever on the side. We have so many leftovers. We will cobble together something. Okay, let's get started. It's always so hard to figure out where to put you guys so that I can be in the shot and talk to you and you can still see what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna do my best here. You have a lot to say. Okay, so the spice mixture I'm following out of this cookbook. This cooking school cookbook, and it's the fried chicken sandwiches. So basically it wants me to combine a bunch of spices that have garlic powder and thyme, sage, salt, pepper, paprika, all of that. I'm supposed to make a mix, and then a tablespoon of that is going to get stirred into the flour dredge, and then the rest of it is going to be reserved for another step. So I'm going to get that mixed up and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, here are my lovely spices, and I'm just going to reserve a tablespoon in here, and I think that tablespoon is what gets mixed up into the flour. Seems easy enough. Okay, so I've got the flour in here, and interestingly it wants baking powder, which is new to me, so I'm gonna do my baking powder in there. And after this it wants me to crumble water in here. Like it sort of sounds like when you make a butter pastry and your fingers are, you know, like you crumble the butter in to make a fine crumb or whatever. It sounds like that, and it said that that should make your chicken crispy because your flour batter won't just be like smooth flour. It'll be chunky when it goes on your chicken, which I thought sounded very interesting. Sorry, my beans are going crazy. They're just finishing up, and then they should be quiet. Okay, I'm just gonna get my Dutch oven staged and ready to go. This is German pancake. Like I said, we're just finishing lunch, so that's just gonna hang out here for a little bit. Normally my kids eat the whole thing, and they just didn't eat today. I don't know what's up. So we buy our oil in bulk from Azure Standard. I feel like in one of my recent videos, I was just telling you that we don't cook with canola oil very often. We really don't, but apparently the past couple months we do. So maybe it's because summer is coming and it makes you want to fry more things, and you know, you open up the windows and it's just, there's something about it. But anyway, at least it's organic. Here is our canola. Okay, I'm just gonna get it in here. One of the reasons we don't cook with oil very much like this, health aside, it's really expensive. I mean, we do buy it in bulk, but it takes a lot of oil to deep fry something, and apparently you're not supposed to reuse it. When I was a kid, we had a jar under our sink, like a quart jar, and it was dark brown because it was just used over and over and over. I thought that was normal. It made delicious French fries. Apparently that is really, really bad for you. Cardiovascular health aside, apparently it can harbor like all kinds of bacteria and whatnot. I lived, but we don't do that here. We do throw our oil out after we use it, so. Okay, so let me show you my setup that will hopefully make this easy. This is where the chicken is gonna go after it's dredged. I guess you have to dredge it and then it has to sit for 30 minutes to an hour. So maybe I can get my husband to dredge it, and I think he's capable of that. He's a decent cook. Okay, and then, my goodness, you have so much to say. In here, we're just gonna put 2 egg whites. Here is the extra spice mixture. This is the water that is going to get poured into here. And this is my oil. And then these are the buns that are thawing. And now by the time I get back, this should be gone. This is about to finish. It only has to go to 24 hours. And my beans should be done. So they will just be here, but I can get all this put away and then I can cook dinner. I don't know, guys. Are we gonna be able to do it? I think I'm gonna be able to do it. Worst case, I'm just a little bit late and I smell like fried chicken. I think it'll be okay.
Okay, I'm back and my husband filled in big time. He got these cut up and seasoned and prepared the egg wash and the flour. And I am just going to dredge these. And that was easy enough. And then they sat in the fridge for 30 minutes and we fried them. And they came out good, but I do think they needed more salt. I would definitely add more seasoning to the mix. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope this gives you some ideas for dinner, and I will have an Azure haul out on Saturday morning.